So Aaron, we're back here in your kitchen.
We are.
What are we doing here with these devices?
Well, first I'm going to make tea and I'm going to show you. So this is actually the end of my chamomile. And when I harvest and I dry, you can see it's starting to be a little bit not as beautiful in color.
But it's from your own garden.
It's from my own garden. Smell how it's still pungent. This right here, almost a year old, still has way more oils and power than when you buy it in a grocery store.
Like a bag, like a tea bag.
It doesn't even look the same. But when I first dry it, and I painstakingly pick flowers. I bring people over. We have like a flower picking party. Okay. Yeah. and I get over a gallon. Okay. And then I give it to my pastry chefs. Love it, and they make you know creme brulee with the chamomile, and my wife loves it. This is new from my tree. This is the kefir lime.
That's from the lime.
Yep.
That's great.
You can see just even, and also super good in tea.
Oh, it's powerful, yeah. Can I put that back in there?
Yeah, go for it. These are ocotillo flowers.
Wow, you're making teas out of the ocotillo flowers.
Yeah. Once again, I collect these on my hikes.
Wow. You
get some that are just budded, you know, and you can just pull them right off. And I'm getting towards the end of it, and also, guess what? They're going to be blooming here soon. And
for folks who don't know, the ocotillo cactus looks like Medusa's hair or like an octopus, you know, very, very, like a lot of cactus all together. And then they'll bloom the flowers at the very, very top.
Exactly.
So
and I come in with scissors. I bring tools when I'm on my hike. Okay. I bring in scissors. I cut them off. And then right there on my hike when I'm relaxing, I pick them off and I put them in a bag and then I bring them home and I dry them.
Wow, I'm going to start doing this.
This right here, ginger.
Nice.
I dry it myself. Japanese mandolin. I bring ginger. I slice it. I put it in a tray. I put it in my bookshelf. 2 days later, it's dry. I throw it in here.
Do you notice that when you make tea out of your chamomile, it's infinitely more powerful?
Well, yeah.
Than a bagged store-bought kind?
All of that. And, you know, so like right now I'm going to add a little caffeine. I'm going to add a little bit of matcha. And then this is turmeric. I do the same thing. So the turmeric right now, I have a connection with Bob McClendon, McClendon Select.
Select, yeah.
That's
they're at farmers markets around town.
Exactly. And Bob McClendon, he brings in organic turmeric and ginger from Hawaii. I only get it from him, and I bring it, I buy like half a pound, I slice it, and I throw it in. And once again, this can go in oatmeal, this can go in soups, this can go in all kinds of stuff. But what I try to do at night is I'm trying to get my son in a ritual. At night before we go to bed, we have a little tea. That's awesome. Then I know he's getting this stuff. One of the things I've learned is that all these health benefits, that all these things that bring so much health benefits, my goal as a chef and cook at the home cook and chef dad is how do I pack this stuff in my son's food all the time? And my wife's naturally healthy. She wants to have this stuff at all times.
Yeah, I had this theory that kids who grow up with knowledge about food like what you're giving to your son are way more adjusted and more in control of their knowledge and their just the way that the world works. They know how it works better when they get to be adults. You know,
it's interesting, and it's a very huge subject for me right now. It's like I've been getting into it a lot because like in the summertime when purslane grows, my son loves it. He literally will sit in the yard.
Which is like a weed.
It's like a weed.
It's an edible weed.
Edible, he just eat purslane right from the yard. Great. And then we go to friends' house and you know they're feeding them all processed food, their kids. And they're putting their kids at a different table, and then my son hops up on my lap and eats everything that we're eating.
Like with you.
With me. Yeah. And they're always like, how do you do that? And it's like, how do you not do it? You know what I mean? It's like you don't offer it to them. You know, it's interesting. It's the same thing with TV. You know, we go on like a week ban, no TV, and ironically, it takes just a short amount of time, and then my son's like. He doesn't need TV. Doesn't even ask. Doesn't even think about it. Here's also some moringa.
So this is powder from your moringa.
Powder from our moringa right here. Cool. My wife, you know, she loves it so much. She has a spoon. It's a caviar spoon that she loves her moringa. That's awesome. This is her scale.
It looks like a mother of pearl in that spoon.
Yeah, that's what it is. So I actually recently broke my teapot. So we're just gonna make it right in here. But I just add, another thing about ginger and turmeric is it can get bitter very easily. So I don't go crazy with that. Chamomile, I can put a lot in. You can even just smell it, just as we're...
I can't, it just hit me.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to you being this great chef, making all these amazing delicacies whenever I'm around you. You also have the best appliances.
Yeah.
So where do you get stuff like this?
A lot of this stuff, this is called a Chemex, and it's actually a coffee. There's a filter that sits on it.
Okay.
I'm a little bit of a collector of kitchen stuff.
Yeah,
I have over, I think I calculated, I have about $7,000 to $8,000 of copper pots.
Okay.
So I'm a collector. I love things,
sure.
and so that I just kind of as I go, I just kind of grab things, and also my kitchen is my sanctuary. I cook at home a lot. I'm in charge of the family food. That's my end of things, and so I love to have the right tools and to be very organized so I can do things very quick. And so I just love the best appliances there are.
So we've got the chamomile, the turmeric, the ginger, the ocotillo flowers, and the kefir lime.
Yep.
Inside here already.
You got it.
In case in point, you just go out into nature and see the world differently because you're seeing the cactus fruit and the ocotillo flowers differently than somebody else's.
Can I tell you, when I moved here, my bed is right by the window of my neighbor's mulberry tree. And I didn't know what a mulberry was.
At that time?
At that time. And I would wake up in March and all the birds would be attacking this tree. And I thought in my head, I said, there's got to be some, what are those? And so I Googled it and found out that, it's a mulberry tree, and I had 4 of them. I started, going crazy.
Whole Foods is charging $30 a pound for them. And they're right outside your window.
Right outside the window. When I'm making the tea, obviously making sure my water's the right temperature. I don't want it super boiling hot, a little bit less. I make on Sundays, I start out a big batch of tea, and then we just drink it, we just keep filling. We do like 4 brews.
That's awesome.
And then I'm gonna start this coffee over here.
And so what is this one called? You have the coffee brewing, and what is this?
This right here is just called a pour over.
Okay.
So, and this is just a fancy container to keep it warm. And this is just a pour over. And I gotta tell you, I have like 7.
Awesome.
I actually have a coffee kit, a traveling coffee kit I built that has a torch and everything. So I just love these little things. When I'm traveling and I stop at a gas station, I can fire it up and brew a cup of coffee.
And what do you have in here?
It's just coffee grinds, but it's from a really high quality coffee company in Chicago. Wow. And I go collect coffees from all over. In fact, we do at my restaurants a roaster of the month, and the only reason why we do a roaster of the month because I want it.
People think I do videos for them. I'm actually doing it with cool people.
Yeah,
for me.
And then so I do, and I send our buyer what roaster I want, and then I have them buy it, and I have them send me a T-shirt and a coffee cup and coffee, and I'm the first one to get it, and then
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's how we started. Really good coffee, a lot of times is not that dark.
Right.
When you over roast coffee, it gets dark and oily, and actually, I don't like that type of coffee. Right. Can I tell you, I have a hard time right now with drinking regular coffee. Like I shouldn't say regular. Let's just say, like for example,
like a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Oh.
I mean, because I don't want to be a snob. I don't want to be a snob.
Sure.
Because I will drink it if I'm in somewhere. But
yeah,
you definitely, there's a different flavor that comes with it. This tea, you can see the color.
It's your witch's brew.
Yeah.
Or your warlock brew. That's great.
So I'm gonna let it brew for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
And this is essentially how I make coffee every morning.
And that's for the camera lady.
Camera lady coffee.
Aaron, I love this mortar and pestle. Where did you get this one from?
I got this from Mexico when I was just there.
That's awesome.
So, and I collect these and I just grab them when I can. This one actually I loved a lot because it's perfect for spices.
Yeah.
So you can put your spices and then you can dump it right out.
Wow.
And it's light and it's small. The ones I have over there, I'm like, and lifting them down.
I like how it's kind of like longer and flat. Yeah. I like that a lot.
So, and it's a good one.
One of the things I want to do this year is I want to harvest all the mesquite bean pods from my mesquite trees and powder them all for mesquite flour. Yeah. So if you had quite a large amount, like a wheelbarrow full of mesquite beans, how would you mill them up?
There's a few people around town that they actually have like a community grinder. That's how I would do it.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and Greg Peterson would be the great one because he brought me mesquite flour.
Okay.
And I love mesquite flour.
Yeah, me too.
Love it. So.
Especially when it comes from my yard.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is our tea.
Our tea.
Freshly brewed now.
Lemons from the lemon tree. And there we go.
We should have this be its own custom video, just the tea.
The tea. Yeah, you know, once my flowers, so another thing that I make, which you will love, is when everything's flowering, I make a, and I have photographs of it. I take aloe, and I peel all the aloe, and then in my mortar and pestle with salt, I grind the flowers and aloe together.
Okay.
So I make a flower aloe paste.
The flowers of what? What flowers?
Everything from my orange tree. All the orange blossoms, nasturtium. You look, I mean, there's a time where I have flowers going everywhere.
These are nasturtiums from your own garden.
Yep.
That's great.
And then I take the aloe and salt. So it's aloe, pulp, salt, flowers, and I grind it, and then I put it in containers and I pour coconut oil over the top of it, and you refrigerate it, and it's actually a salt scrub for your shower.
Oh, wow.
It is insane, and it is such a luxury. But that's the stuff I geek out on.
Totally. Cheers, yeah. Oh my God, that's so good. That lemon is a great touch at the end.
Yeah, yeah. But just nice and clean.
Totally good.
You know what I mean? And you know that. So I try to get Arturo at night. He loves this. So
I have no word to describe how good this is. It's good. I mean, I would say floral. It's like a little bit of a flower taste, but also just the lemon, and it's still got that green tea taste.
Yeah, and there's a little bitterness at the end. And you know, and the reality is that you want some bitter because generally bitter foods are good for you.
The Chinese say you want to chirku, you want to eat the bitter.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not so bitter that it's over pungent or anything like that.
Exactly. So, I have been trained that the more bitter the Chinese tea, the better it is for your health. So I really enjoy that.
Good. What I want to do is that why don't we now let's make our oatmeal.
Okay, let's see how you do this.